Well, give us some. I'm dying for some concrete examples, like some
I seem to
specific.
recall you saying you had taken 5 women home once or something like that. I'd like to hear the secrets of how you did that.
How did you break it down into like, here's what happened, and then this is what happened?
I don't think it's anything too impressive. I don't know.
For us, it is.
That particular one, it's happened a few times, but it's true. That particular story, I recall, I shared on the phone call.
Well, you alluded to it. You didn't actually describe it.
Yeah, well,
And then we ran out of time, so we're dying to
friends
hear
and
it.
family out there. Let's see. The one I was referring to, I was with a friend that you actually know quite well, and we were out in New York City, and we were at a bar, just having a guys' night out, a good time, and it was pretty boring, and we were on the hunt for some adventure and some good times. And I was walking out the door, and this group of 5 lovely young girls were walking in the door, and I said, don't bother going in there, it's incredibly boring, come with us instead, in one breath. And they go, you might be right. They peeked in, they said, you're right, we're going with you. Kind of just, I took a chance, it paid off, doesn't always pay off, it did. So we said, let's go. We hooked them up arm in arm and walked down the street, another bar, and so it's me and my friend and these 5 girls, and we just say, let's buy some drinks. It was very impulsive in that tone. And my friend has a great place, and he said, well, let's go there and have some more drinks there. And it was kind of that simple, you know, doing that, and so we all did, and people got naked.
Well, what was the segue? Like, I'm going to press you more for. So the women show up, and it's just obvious what there is to do, or how did you know? You started making out. You started you grouped them together. Like,
No,
what
if
was
you're talking about the segue towards the sexual aspect of it, that night came out of game playing. Like, I dare you to kiss her. Like the old, you know, the high school game of truth and dare.
Totally.
Classic. I'd fall back every time on that.
That's actually worth knowing.
I got to tell you, that's an old standby.
Let's play truth or dare. It allows everybody
Yeah.
to take some risks, some moderated risks.
Right.
You too.
And allows people to say no too. If they're not into it, they can say no. There, that's good too. And it gives you an out as well. Like, if you are seeing discomfort and it's not gelling, you can step back before moving forward again at some point as well.
That's great.
Yeah. And there's also other ingredients to this story in that they were doing a girls' night out. One was going to get married. There's the adventure of the city going out at night. I mean, women are on eternal adventure and on date. I mean, there's a lot of little things playing in the background that enabled this particular event.
So did you fuck each of these women?
Not all of them, no, but some of them, yeah. After a while, it could be just like overload.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's too much, but quite a few of them, yeah.
Well, one of the things that I want to underscore in this for guys who you're kind of at the beginner level of this, you want to get more involved. It seems like one of the important things that I've seen you say a couple times is, I wasn't like this, and you tense up your face. There's the lack of desperation and the willingness, and this has got to be hard. The willingness to let it all go if it has to, because you know that's the only way to ever have it happen, is to have that willingness.
That's very perceptive.
You could talk a little bit about that, because it seems like this is one of those things that it's like holding on to a handful of sand. The moment you grip it really tightly, it's going to slip through your fingers. Yeah. And it seems like that's true if you're just picking them up in bars, if it's a short-term thing or in a long-term relationship. If you suddenly have to do the me sandwich thing, if that's the most important thing, then you're going to get in trouble. So my question to you is, what is the most important thing that we should all hold in our minds in those situations? It shouldn't be, how am I going to get these 2 women in bed? How am I going to get these 2 women in bed? But you should have something in your head that you're focused on, right? Right. What is the outcome you're focused on?
My first answer to you is maintaining an environment that's fun, adventurous, edgy, sexy, but safe too. Mm-hmm. You know, enabling an event or a space or an experience, enabling a kind of a sexy kind of feel.
Fun, edgy, sexy, safe.
Yeah. Yeah, this is me. I could be wrong for you guys, but this is what...
Well, it lines up with everything about being a hard-to-get man. It's up on the board. What is a hard-to-get man?
But they know that they could pull the plug, too, if they need to.
That's the term, safe.
That's the safe.
Yeah.
That's the safety valve.
the flip side of this is, this is one story. The flip side is not having success, pushing too hard, and I've done that as well. And I've seen it more often as well. I pay my bills bartending in New York City and some of the best places, and I have a front row seat to watch the interactions of the mating pool, and tons of girls are out there playing around, whether sincerely or not, kissing up on each other, and flocks of guys just swarm up and they lose their cool. Well, and I don't know what you're feeling inside, and you might be going crazy, and that's what you should be feeling, but the moment you're in their face going, do it, fucker, 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 they're going to be turned off, walk away, and call you gross.
So how should you handle that? So there's two women at the bar who are making out. Maybe they're not your best target to actually take home. Maybe that's a false thing. And all the guys are around like, do it, feel it, just do it.
I would make light of it. I would just kind of blow it off because they know everyone else is going crazy. I go, that was a good idea. I appreciate that. Maybe again. Blowing it off a little bit, playing it off, making a joke of it, not impressed. Playing against what everyone else is reacting to.
So playing against the predominant feeling in the room. If the feeling in the room is more, you'll be like, oh, that was okay, maybe again sometime.
Right. Which is unexpected.
Yeah.
Probably. To them. And doesn't create like a porn set environment. Yeah.
So in my mind, I think one of the things I'm always looking for is, well, what's the one thought I can have in my head while I'm trying to pursue a goal? What's the simplest bottom line that I can start with to start using whatever it is I'm after now? That's something so if I'm after doing 3 ways, and I've taken a few notes here, I just want to run them by you and see what you think in terms of, can we use these as takeaways? One is, say you're out at a bar and you're looking to do this, because guys go out to bars, you're going out to bars tonight. Instead of having in your head pictures of 3 ways dancing in your head, you've got to replace that with something else. We can't just say, don't be outcome oriented. So you've got to change what the outcome is, because your brain's going to be outcome oriented. So I like to said, think fun, edgy, sexy, safe.
I think that's a fair, great assessment and summary. Definitely, yeah. I agree wholeheartedly. Anything to add to that? That's perfect, I'd say.
That's mantra number 1. So if you guys are looking for someone to think fun, sexy, edgy, safe. So second, I liked the line that landed for me was sitting down with women and say, let's get to know each other and not be friends. Or however it was you put that. It was certainly similar to that. Seems like that's a nice bridge, that's a nice jump, something to have in your back pocket. And then the other thing that I think is very easy to take away from this conversation is dares.
Yeah.
Become better at daring and become better at truth or dare.
Right.
Totally.
And
Definitely.
be able to put that into the space. So in
game
the bars,
playing, playfulness, adventure, and truth or dare specifically is a great tool. Yeah.
So in the bars, that's one thing to think. In terms of if you're in sort of a sex-only short-term relationship, then some bottom line thoughts, once again, are going to be fun, edgy, sexy, safe, not please, will you, please, will you, please, will you. And the other thought to have on that, and I think in long-term relationships too, is give the woman who you're kind of counting on to help you reel another woman in all the control that she could possibly want. And tell her, I trust you that this is going to go okay. I'll help place the personal ads. I'll go out to the fun, sexy bars with you, but I want you to know the bottom line, you feeling good about it is what's most important to me, and then demonstrate that. Does that make sense?
And you have to mean it, too.
Yeah.
Because if you say that and demonstrate that is actually not true, if you deceive her in that, then all bets are off. Mm-hmm. She'll never trust you again. Whereas if you earn her trust maybe through an experience after that, and she sees that you really mean it, then who knows, there might be bounteous rewards.
Yeah, so another thought to have in mind might be think long term. So if you're in a relationship with a woman who's bi-curious or in a sexual relationship, maybe that first time you're just going to watch. And in your mind say, I'm making a long-term investment. I'm making an investment in the next time.
That's true, yeah.
Right? Versus thinking about how much you want something you're not having.
Yeah, well
So
said.
I just wanted to have those bottom lines here to take away, because I think this is a conversation that's very much worthy of review, and guys who have video of this or audio of this or whatever should listen to it again and again and again. But also, what are you going to do tonight? I just wanted to put those out there.
Great.